Could be a major turning point in the years-long Crossroads redevelopment. Dave Zavolinsky is with the Alert Center with the new details just released. Hey, Dave.
Hey, Brian, the original proposal for the site was announced more than 4 years ago. When complete, the project will include apartments and entertainment spaces. Well, today, the developer, the Woodbury Corporation, announcing the first tenant at the Crossroads. It's called Gamescape by Cinemark. They provided this artist's rendering of the exterior. They call it an all-in-one immersive entertainment center with games, food, movie theaters, bowling, an arcade, laser tag, and so much more. The developers anticipate that groundbreaking will be in June, with construction beginning immediately after. Woodbury Corporation and WRK Real Estate are currently development partners in the mixed-use new development at 21st and Vine Streets, and several residents in by Marriott hotels as well. Reporting from the Alert Desk, I'm Dave Zavolinsky.
Looks like laser tag is on the to-do list with your kids, Dave.
Yeah,
Thanks.
no doubt.
President